Hi everyone, it's Jessica, and this video is going to be my monthly plan with me for the month of October. So I have not done one of these in a little while, but I have been loving the monthly kits from Paper Blush Bar. So here is her October kit. I used it for September as well, and I just love how it turned out. So I'll just quickly flip over and show you guys, but just very simple, very clean looking, exactly what I like, and there is just a little bit of foil there throughout the pages, so I love it. Okay, goodness, stop! Go away! There's my kitty making an appearance. I think he just wants some attention, huh? Huh. Okay, no. No. No, no. Come sit down here. Okay, anyway, as I was saying, with the monthly view, I like to keep it just very clean, very minimal. I don't like my monthly view to look too cluttered, and that's why I don't really track everything in my monthly views. I mostly use them to mark down my work schedule, since I do have a rotating work schedule, as well as some bills, since I have quite a few of those too. But I think I used last month to mark down like a couple big events. But yeah, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get started and kind of show you guys how I can make this basically 2.5 page kit work for me. So with her kits, you get your typical header stickers, you get a couple full boxes, you get some of these little vacation, or I guess just the one little vacation strip there. I think last month was a little bit different just because of formatting and like how many of these non-October days you have to cover up. But she includes, this is actually meant for the sidebar, and what I've gotten is I have decided to use this for my work schedule instead. So I've gone ahead and cut them. So as you can see, they were printed, they're meant to be a header and then like a little list of whatever it is you decide. But I've actually just cut each little strip here to be its own, almost like a little label sticker, and I use those for work stickers. Since honestly, I don't find a lot of shops that have enough work stickers. I used to love Frank Hearts You for that reason, because she always included a sheet, almost an entire sheet of little label stickers. But lately her kits have been more sprinkles themed, and I love sprinkles. I think it's an adorable little unicorn character, but I don't really want my planner to look quite so cutesy. So I kind of like this look a little bit more, just, you know, more elegant florals, that sort of thing. So that's why I haven't been buying her kits. I do still try to buy them whenever she does come out with like non-sprinkles related monthly kits. But yeah, so she was pretty much the only shop I found that gave you enough label stickers to be able to mark like an entire month's worth work schedule. Other than that, I've just always had to pretty much improvise from any of the other shops that I have purchased from. And that's probably just me. Like, I get it. Not a lot of people mark their work schedule in their monthly planner, since I feel like a lot of the people I watch are either students or they have a more typical 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job. And I don't. I have like I still work in general 40 hours a week, but because like our hospital needs pharmacists 24/7 to make sure we're fully staffed, we do tend to switch off between like AMs and PMs and weekend shifts. So that kind of messes up the schedule a little bit. And that's one of the reasons I like tracking it in my monthly view, just because I want to make sure I know which days I'm working and which days I actually have off. So yeah. Also another thing that I haven't seen from a lot of other shops, but these little like date strips are actually a separate sticker. I think most of the other monthly kits that I've worked with have had the date strip attached to the like big header sticker, so this would just be like one giant piece. I don't really mind so much. It definitely takes like a little bit more care to make sure you lay it down right, but I think it turns out really pretty, and I just love the colors for October. I think that's so pretty. So then the first thing, that's basically the first thing I do, is I lay down the headers. And then I am just gonna go through and lay down these full boxes to cover up the days that are not in October. So sorry if you were out of frame for that, but that's just what that looks like. And then I am just gonna go through and lay down my work schedule for the month with these little strips here. All right, so now that my work schedule is done, and as you can see, it does vary quite a bit, I am going to go ahead and start working on the sidebar. So because I used the stickers that were intended for the sidebar to make my little work strips, I am having to improvise a little bit, which is fine. I do really like how my sidebar turned out. And it's kind of nice because a lot of shops do provide like 4 boxes or something to fill up your sidebar, and I just don't really track that much in my monthly view. So what I did last month, I actually did end up really liking, and I just basically made little lists for myself. One with goals and then another with some bills to list out. So I think I'm gonna do the same, and what I did was I cut off the little full boxes. So these are meant to be like full day covers. This is like a full box that would go right over Columbus Day, etc. But because I am not a fan of that, stop it, Chatter. All those cat toys I buy you, and you insist on playing with a plastic bag. Anyway, but because I don't want to cover up the full day, I actually just cut off the holiday portion, and I'm going to use the top part just as like some extra washi. So I do still have a couple extra little strips here, and then of course I have all this foiled goodness here. And I am just going to start by, I generally like to start and kind of cover up that goals and to-do section. So I'll use this like wider chunk of washi for that. So I'm going to do what I did last month and cut down the little remember sticker. I'm just going to cut it into a little flag and use that as kind of just a basic generic header on top of the makeshift washi there. And then after that, I think I'm probably going to use up some of these little label strips to basically, again, use as washi. Maybe we'll do bills first. And I'll make myself 2 little lists in the sidebar. Oh, and I forgot. So actually, I forgot, but these are actually sized a little bit smaller since they're sized to actually fit within that header space there. But that's all right. I think I just kind of centered them and left them as is. So going to use this almost like washi in the background and then put down some little lists for myself in the sidebar, and I'm okay with that. I don't really use these labels for much of anything else. I think it gives it a lighter and cleaner look if I don't have just like a ton of strips throughout the month, and that's kind of what I am going for. So this will be a little list for my bills, and I love her tiny little foiled heart checklist here. They're just so little and delicate, and my camera is not focusing. But yeah, they're just so tiny and delicate. Like all the stickers on this sheet are really small and delicate, and I love that. Even the little date covers are all little hearts, if you can see. And these won't line up exactly with the lines. Like I kind of tried to get it close, but that's all right. The lines in the Erin Condren are kind of faint anyway. So I've got a little list there for bills, and I think 5 should be fine. I marked down my credit. I marked down like a couple bills differently than others, so we'll go with that. And then for the next little section, see, I'm almost tempted to use this travel strip just because I'm not going anywhere this month, so may as well use it to basically act as washi, especially since the other ones I have left are much lighter in color, and I feel like I could use that elsewhere. So for my second little list, I'm just gonna measure this out and cut it up. So I think I'm gonna come back to the sidebar. I'm debating between maybe cutting down some of this and actually moving everything up a little bit, which it's premium matte paper, which really is not ideal to be repositioned, but I think it should be okay. Or if I wanna just leave it and then, I don't know, fill the rest up with like the rest of the washi or something. But I'm gonna leave it for now, and I'll see how many of like the little washi sheets and label stickers I need for the rest of my spread. So I'm just gonna slip in these little Halloween stickers, or these little holiday stickers first before I do anything else. And then I am just gonna go through and start marking down some of my bills. I'll just do, I generally don't like to put anything on the very bottom other than my work schedule, but I didn't want to white out the Columbus Day only to have it up a little bit higher, if that makes sense. So what did I do last month? I think I used some of the, so I used some of the washi strips to mark my bigger bills. Maybe we'll do that. All right, so let's see what we have to work with. I think for sure I want to mark down my credit cards. I'm gonna save this little list for just mostly house bills, so like utilities, internet, energy, like gas and electricity and all that stuff. Just kind of list it here, because what I do is I just pick a day before all the bills are due, obviously, and go through and pay them all at once. So let's see what I want to do. Definitely want to mark down my Chase credit card, so that'll be for Chase. And then let's also mark down my mortgage bill. And let's see. So some of this is kind of just necessity. You only get so many like little icon stickers in Nora's kits, and which is fine. I know not everyone has like a ton of credit cards or like a ton of bills, but let's see, do I want to mark it? I'll do my Target bill too. I actually have a couple different credit cards, but I don't use them all that much, and Target and Chase tend to be the ones I use the most, and we'll mark down my phone bill. So those can be my 4 main bills to mark, and we'll do that. I'll go ahead and just put my mortgage on the 1st of the month. It doesn't actually get taken out of my account until the 5th, but since I already have another bill due there, I'm just gonna leave it as is. This does look just a tad funny with it just floating up above. I'm actually gonna put that down later. I actually went home at the end of the month and I almost forgot about it, but I do wanna mark that. So it'll be almost like a continuation of what I did last month. So I just did a little strip slightly above the bottom. But yeah, so my aunt and uncle were visiting. Well, my aunt and uncle and cousin were visiting from Australia, so of course I had to go see them. And that was a lot of fun. And I got back on Monday, so this strip should work out perfectly. And I'm just gonna sandwich it the same way we did on the other spread. And use one of her little car icons. And I might find a little Clever Gal craft sticker too, so we will do that. And then I'm just gonna place this on the 4th then, since there's no room on the 5th. Well, not that there's no room. I just don't want it to be on the 5th because I don't like the days to look cluttered. That's just my own problem. That's nothing else. Just to keep it consistent with last month, I actually put these at the top of the month. Oh shoot, and now there's a little rip. That's fine. But I actually put these at the top of the month, so maybe we'll do that, and then I'll put down all her tiny little date covers. So I will be right back with that. Okay, so now that the dates are down, I have kind of figured out what I want to do with the sidebar, and I think I do want to try to move things up a little bit. So this might be a little bit of a pain in the butt. Let me see if I can even lift this stuff. And I totally forgot that there's like some writing over here, and I actually don't think I can lift up that much of it. So that was a little bit of a waste of time. Whoops. Is it even worth it? Let's see, to cut off a sliver? Not really, huh? It might be worth it to cut off just like that little tiny sliver. So let me try this. I'm like kind of butchering the sticker paper right now. Let's see where we want it. And hopefully I did not cut through the other side, but anyway. Yeah, I totally forgot that Erin Condren has their own little like goals section there. So we're really only able to move it up a tiny little spinch. That might not even be worth it. But the good news is that none of the foil stickers cracked, which I was a little worried about. Sometimes when you try to reposition foil stickers, they tend to actually crack, and it kind of ruins the sticker a little bit, but these turned out perfectly fine. So we'll move it up just a tiny little bit and have room for another little list there. So that's what the sidebar looks like. I'm not sure I love how it turned out, but I am not moving these stickers yet again. So we are gonna leave that as is. And I don't have that much left. Hello, hello. But yeah, mainly just because I kind of wanted to sandwich the bottom with like a little bit more washi, but because there are so many days that are in November instead of October in this month, it just looked a little bit too bottom heavy. So that's the only reason I added another tiny little list. And I turned that into like a wish list too, since there are some things I've been eyeing. I know everyone has been talking about the B6 Traveler's Notebooks, and it seems like so many people have gotten one already. I have not, and I am strongly debating it. So I'm debating if I want this, but it almost looks a little bit chunky if I put it in. Because last month I just used the tiny little page flags to mark some of the things. I do have an event on Friday, but I really like how it looks without like these big chunky boxes. So maybe I will skip using the big boxes and maybe we'll actually use one of these smaller little label stickers that I have left. So this would be fine, right? If I do something like that. You know, I don't even want to use that. I kind of just want to use the little page flag. I think that would look a lot cuter. So let me do that now that I've finally made up my mind. We are doing like a haunted corn maze sort of thing. So I think that would be cute, and like look how tiny and delicate these tiny little page flags are. So this is how I marked some events last month and I really liked it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that again. And let's do a little, this is more like a little movie ticket. That's like what it reminds me of, but I kind of think of it as like, you know, the admit one sort of tickets. So I'll just mark that for now. I am sure I'm forgetting something in October. Let's see. Hair appointment. I don't really mark hair appointments, to be honest. Like all that stuff kind of goes in my memory keeping monthly spread rather than this. This is more to allocate my time appropriately rather than like memories. So I think this might actually be it for my monthly view. I do love how it turned out, and I used up a lot of the kit, like almost the full kit, which I love that feeling. So I have a couple of these little label stickers, 3 of the little label stickers left, this piece here, a couple of the larger labels, a few little flags, and then some of these gold foiled icon stickers, as well as like some of the little checklists and little headers that I could always find another use for. But that is it for this month, I think. I will add in appointments as they go, but like I said, I try to keep my monthly view very minimal and kind of focused mostly on bills and work, but I have started adding in like other little, like the bigger events. So that is it, and let me see if I can like kind of show you guys the foil. It is so pretty. It's like this rose gold foiled color. But yeah, so that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day. Bye.